but it has told us exactly what has taken place in no ambiguous terms what has happened. Marshal Khak, who has been sitting with me since I began my career in television some 20 years ago. Good to have you with us, sir. I know it's in difficult circumstances. I've never seen imagery like this released to the public before, sir. You may have been privy to some of it during your tenure. I'm sure the drone warfare is more recent. What do you make of what we've just seen, sir?
This is a very well synchronized diplomatic, military, international relations, cognitive warfare combo, which in this difficult hour, India is sharing with the government, the military, the armed forces are sharing with the public, firstly in India, to say this is what we have evolved in terms of precision strikes, utilization of drones, utilization of the type of weapons which have been selected. Incidentally, I may just remind your viewers that similar weapons were used during the Balakot strike, which took 6 years in coming to this day. And this is a Balakot Mark II, but certainly sized up in scale, penetration, and the level of hurt of the national psyche converted into what in international parlance would be termed punitive deterrence. This deterrence is not only for Baisaran, this deterrence is also for the numerous acts of terrorism which have emanated from across the line of control and the border, right from 2001, it's quarter of a century. I don't have to enumerate all those incidents. So this is a case of punitive deterrence and a signal to the world that India shall not ever again be self-deterred in not acting against terror, which has happened in the past.
I know there's a larger picture, sir, we're addressing here, but forgive me
as to your precise question, the larger question needs to be addressed.
Fair enough, sir. Yes.
I want to state that this is a very critical moment. We have succeeded. We have messaged. We have done cognitive warfare. We have done strategic communications and signaling to the whole world, and including to our own people, to satisfy them that those videos which were made at Baisaran, their psyche and sadness and huge grief is now, in a sense, solved. But I want to share with you that the two types of weapons, I don't want to go into details. It is not an appropriate forum. You as an anchor, of course, have to educate the public and make them au fait with what happened in this military hour. But the weapon like Scalp is well known. It's in the public domain. Can be released from 500 to 300 kilometers from the target, and it has two dimensions. One is to do the penetration, first act, and second is then the blast. So the precision is so much, as you say in a lighter vein, that you can decide which window the weapon will go through, or which floor it will actually affect the maximum.
Okay.
Are you talking about the videography? Yes, of course, drones can do videography. Any weapon can do videography. But we have in the Indian Air Force, for example, it's again in the public domain. I'm not divulging any operational craft or details of weapons. A weapon called Crystal Maze, which actually releases and videographs through entire process of release and impact everything. And that's what you were referring to, I think.
Yeah.
Actually, when it strikes the ground. So it's conventional aircraft and precision guided weapon which is employed. And that is, I think, at this stage, that's more than enough that I can share.
Fair enough, because I have the privilege of actually having